right, number 1 says, circle any fractions that are equivalent to a whole number. Record the whole number below the fraction. So A says count by 1/3. Start at 0/3, end at 6/3. So they right away circled 0/3 and said that it was 0. Is 0 a whole number?
No.
Yes?
Yeah.
That's 0. David, your body needs to be facing the screen. All right, so they said count by thirds, end at 6/3. All right, so we have 0/3, 1/3. What's next?
2/3.
2/3. Then. Can I stop there?
Yes.
Yep. All right, do I need to circle anything else besides 0/3? Do we have any other whole numbers shown? Austin, what whole numbers do you see?
3/3.
All right, and what is 3/3 equal to? 1. Awesome. Any other ones, Al?
6/3.
And what's that equal to?
2.
2. Great job. All right, B. Count by halves. Start at 0 halves, end at 8 halves. All right, so what do I write here? 0 over
2.
2. Hi, John. How are you? Good. You can grab your math stuff and head to math. Perfect. I'll take that. So what's next? I have 0 halves. What's next? Tyler?
1/2.
All right. And then what? Everyone?
2 halves.
And then what?
3 halves.
Then what?
4 halves.
Oops. That should be a 2. And then what?
5 halves.
And then what?
6 halves.
And then what?
7 halves.
And last one.
8 halves.
All right. Do we have any whole numbers here? I see a few. Tanner, what's one that you see?
2 halves.
2 halves. And what is that the same as? 1 whole. You got it. Corbian?
6 halves.
What's that the same as?
3.
You got it. Any other ones? Max?
4 halves.
What's that the same as? Anything else? Ella?
8 halves.
What's that the same as?
4.
Anything else? Josiah?
0 halves.
What's that the same as?
0.
0. Awesome. All right, number 2 says, use parentheses to show how to make ones in the following number sentence. So how can I separate these to make ones? Jordan, what do you think?
You put 4 1/4 in parentheses and keep on doing that until all the 1/4
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that?
Yeah.
All right. How many groups should I have when I'm done, Jordan?
3.
3. Let's see if it works. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did we do it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Looks like it to me.
That was easy.
All right, moving on. Number 3. Multiply as shown below. Draw a number line to support your answer. All right, so 6 times 1/3. So they put theirs into 2 groups of 3. Do you see that? Because then they can move by whole numbers, which makes it a little bit easier, right? So then they said 6 times 1/3 equals 2 times 3/3, which equals 2. Got it? That's kind of what we were doing earlier. All right, let's scooch to B and see if we can make our own. 6 times half. All right. First of all, 6 times half is equal to what? 3 times what? 3 times 2 halves. Do you guys agree? Give me a thumb on how you feel about that. Thumb, that's what I thought. Sideways thumb or downward thumb, I have no idea. Okay. All right, and what does 3 times 2 over 2 equal?
1 whole. Or I mean 3.
3. It's the same as saying 3 times 1, right? All right, so on our number line, We should have this one start at 0. What should we have it end at? 3. What else do I need to show on here? I have a 0 and a 3. Someone help me out. What do I need to add? Mackenzie?
A 1 and a 2.
All right. About even there. All right, what else do I need to add? How big are our pieces? Garrett? Half. So I'm just going to take these. I'm just going to draw little dots to show that that's halfway. Yes? All right, so we're showing 3 groups of 2 over 2. How can I show that on here? What does this jump equal? It doesn't equal a half. It equals something else. Aiden?
1 whole.
1 whole. But how did I get to 1 whole? What did I do?
Added 1 half plus 1 half.
Or 2 times
1 half.
2 times 1 half.
And why do we put the arrows at the end so that it
Doesn't matter. You don't have to. All right, so I moved 2 groups of half. I need to move how many groups of half?
6.
6. So I'll make another bump. And that's still 2 times a half. Am I done? What's 2 plus 2? 4. And how many do I need to get to? 6. So I need to move 2 more. Is that where I should end up? Yes? No?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, thank you. All right, last one. 12 times a fourth. How many fourths do I need to make a whole?
4.
4. So how can I make this into wholes? Al has an idea. What do you think, Al?
3.
So 3 times 4 over 4, like that. How'd you come up with that? You're right.
Because 3 times 4 is 12.
3 times 4 is 12. So with our 12, we can make 3 groups of 4 over 4. Kind of tricky, but it works, right? All right, so how can I draw a number line here to show this? I'll put 0 here. What should I end it with, everyone?
3.
3. And what should I have between?
1 and 2.
A 1 and a 2. All right, how should I space out my groups? What size pieces are we looking at, Jacob?
4.
Fourths. So I'm going to make these into fourths. My groups aren't very even, but that's all right. Okay, now what do I do? What do I do? Maya, what do I do?
Put a hump from 0 to 1, and then
What does that show? You're right. What's that show when I do that?
3 halves.
I'm looking at fourths.
3 fourths.
I made it all the way to 1, so it must not be 3. It must be.
1.
It's a whole. Who can help her out? I went from a 0 to a 1. So I had to multiply my fourth by something to get me there. What was it? Zachary?
3.
Nope, because 3 times 1/4 would be 3/4. So I definitely didn't move, because then I'd only be at my dot, and I'm past my dot. Max? Yeah. 4 times 1/4. I'm not moving. 4 times 1/4 is the same as what? 4
4 fourths.
4/4, which is the same as 1, right? All right, so my next bump, how did I move that one? Just I'm going to ask that you put your pencil sharpener away, please, and your marker. Ella?
4 times 1/4.
Yep. I didn't move just 1/4. I could have write 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 is how I move, but multiplying is easier. All right, my last jump is what? Brendan. 4 times 1/4. If I added all these up, what would I get? 4 plus 4 plus 4. 12. And our problem was 12 times 1/4. So can we prove it using this? Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's turn the page. All right, it says multiply as shown below. Write the product as a mixed number. Draw a number line to support your answers. Your answer. 7 copies of 1/3. Well, that's a funny way to say it. So they moved 1 jump, 2 jumps, and a 1/3. What do you think they did here, guys? Let's look at their work here. For 7 copies of 1/3, they wrote 7 times 1/3. Do you guys agree? That 7 copies of 1/3 is the same as 7 times 1/3? Yeah, I agree too. So then they did this. Then in parentheses they wrote 2. This is equal to 2 times 3/3 plus 1/3. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is still we have 6/3 here altogether, yeah? So then they said that that's equal to 2 plus 1/3. You guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Alex? And 2 plus 1/3 is equal to 2 1/3. Do you agree?
Yeah.
I agree too. All right, let's see if we can do this next one by ourselves, or without their work here. 7 copies of 1/2. What would that be equal to? Garrett? 7 times 1/2. I agree. Do you guys agree with Garrett? Yeah? All right. I'm just going to do the work first. I think that's going to be easier for me to do the work first. All right, so how can I regroup this like they did to make it easy to move on a number line? Tanner? Yeah, they move by holes. So how can I move by holes with this? David? Say it one more time.
3 1/2.
Okay, so that's the total. How did you get there, though?
3 plus 3 equals 6, and 1/2 plus 1/2 is a whole. 6 plus 1 equals 7.
All right, so in our 7, we can make how many holes? 3, right? So 3 times 2/2, right? Because we're not multiplying it by that half anymore. We made them into groups of 2. But then we still have something left over. What do we have left over? Because 3 times 2/2 is what? 6/2. And we have how many pieces? 7. So we have 1/2 left. You guys agree with me so far? Yeah? All right. So 3 times 2/2 is the same as what?
6.
3 times 2/2 is 6?
3.
3. 2/2 is the same as what?
1.
1. 3 times 1 is
3.
3. So this is the same as 3 plus a half. And 3 plus half equals 3 1/2. You guys see how I did it? Give me thumbs. Okay, some of my thumbs who aren't completely up, make sure that your eyes are following along with me and you're not having those side conversations, okay? All right, let's use a number line to show our answer here. I'm going to start it at 0, and what should I end it at?
4.
Yeah, I'm going to go to 4, right? The next whole number. All right, what do I need to do next on my number line? Devin?
Add the 1, 2, and 3.
Yep, add my 1, my 2, and my 3. Okay, what size pieces do we need? Half. So I'm going to take all of these, I'm going to make a little dot in between. You could do a dash or a dot to show that where the halves are. All right, how did I get from here to here? I know that they're halves. How many halves are in this piece?
2.
2. So this is 2 times a half, right? They're each a half, and there's 2 of them. All right, so then we moved another jump. And again, how many pieces did I move over? 2. And they equal a half, so 2 times a half. And then I did it again. And that's the same as 2 times a half. All right, and then my last one, because I have 2, 4, 6. Do I have enough to go all the way to my 4? I can only go to my half. Which leaves me at 3 1/2. Does this support our work up here?
Yes.
I believe so. All right, let's try this next one. If that one was tough for you, hopefully this one gets a little bit easier after doing it once. So 10 times 1/4. So at least they got rid of the copies, right? They made it in words that we're used to looking at. So 10 times 1/4. How can we make that into nice groups of whole numbers? Up here we did 3 times 2/2. Devin, what do you think?
5 times 4/4.
The 4/4 part is correct. Something times 4/4. How many groups of 4/4 can we make in a 10? Brendan? 2. 2 times 4 is what? Everyone, what's 2 times 4? 8. If I made a third group, what's 3 times 4? 12. Do we have enough for 12? No, we only have 10. So 2 times 4 is 8. So how many 4s do we have left over? 2. Right? 2 times 4/4 plus 2/4. 2 times 4/4 is the same as what? Everyone. Okay. 4/4 is what? 1. 2 times 1 is? 2. 4/4 is the same as? 1 whole. 2 times 1 is? 2. Don't let these numbers confuse you, okay? I heard a lot of people yell 8, and you think it would be 8 because 2 times 4 is 8. But is this 4? No, it's 4/4, which is the same as 1. So don't let that confuse you, okay? So this is the same as 2 plus 2/4. Yes? Okay. And 2 plus 2/4 is the same as 2 and 2/4.
This hurts my hand.
You guys could have done this like this way too. You could have done 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 10 times, and then you guys would have saw that you had 2 groups, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. On my number line, how can I prove this? How can I prove this on my number line? What do I need to do? Brendan?
You need to start at, or you have to put 0 on it, and then you have to label,
What do I need to put in my end? I have a 0.
0.
What do I put in this end? A 10? I could, but I don't need to go that high. What number could I go up to instead?
9.
Well, my answer only gets to 2 2/4.
3.
3, yeah. Yep, you only have to go to the next whole number. And then I'm going to mark on here my 1 and my 2. All right, how do I show my fourths? What do I need to do? Max? Yep, I'm going to show my fourths. Hey, I have a question for you guys. How come in each piece I only have 3 dots? This is fourths. Why do I only have 3 dots? Jacob?
Because 1 is your 4 fourths.
Yes, exactly. You got it. All right, so I have my number line ready to go. Now I just have to show my work. So to get from my 0 to my 1, how many fourths did I pass here? 4. So 4 times 1/4, right? And then I did another jump. And that still showed 4 times 1/4. Do I have enough to go 1 full jump? No, I can only move 2/4. So instead of writing 4 times 1/4, what do I write? 2 times 1/4. And this leaves me at 2 1/2, or 2 2/4, right? Okay, now show me with thumbs how you're feeling about this after doing the second problem. Okay, let's do one more. Hopefully I can have everyone at a thumb up after this one, okay? 14 times 1/3. All right, guys, it's kind of a big number. How many groups can I make with 14? Ella Reed, what do you think?
4.
She says 4. So 4 groups of 3/3, she says. All right, how many leftovers does that give me? What's 4 times 3? 12. So how many leftovers will I have? 2. So plus 2/3. Is anyone confused on how to get to this part?
Nope.
Give me thumbs close to your heart. If you feel like you have it, give me a thumb up. If you don't know how they got that, sideways thumb. Okay, I see quite a bit of thumbs up. I have a few that aren't. I'll chat with you later, okay? All right, so basically she just knew she multiplied 4 times 3 to get to 12, right, Ella? Yeah, and that's as close as you can get to 14. All right, so 4 times 3/3 is the same as what? 4! I heard someone say it. Yay! How did you know that? Why didn't you say 12?
Because 3/3 is the same as 1.
Yes, 3/3 is the same as 1. So this equals 4 plus 2/3 still. And 4 plus 2/3 is? 4 2/3. All right, we do not have enough time to draw our number line, but that's okay. You have no homework. I will see you guys not until Friday.